Well, YouTube, I know it's been a while. It's because my last computer was having some technical difficulties, but we have this new little computer, which is actually, it's amazing how small things are getting now, but this is actually a full, and I have to use this little mic though because the little computer does not come with a microphone system, so I'm using this little Bob Barker mic. Welcome to The Price is Right, because he used that little mic. Anyways, I've got a new computer, so everything's getting rolling again, and I haven't left you guys completely desolate because while my computer was having difficulties, I ordered 3 new shoes, and I've worn them enough now to where I can do reviews on them, on each of them, and we're gonna start. And they're all Air Max, by the way, so if we want to just call this the Air Max segment. This is the Air Max Alpha, and it's a sportswear shoe, which means it's for casual wear. It's a really sharp looking shoe though. I really like this. It has a clear Air Max that you can see through. But if you've worn, I just want to say a few things before I actually get into the review. If you've worn 360 Air Max, you won't like this as much, and I'm going to tell you why, because this 180 Air Max is actually, again, with one of the shoes that we're about to review. If you look at it, it is identical to a 360 Air Max unit. It's just that 360 is full length, and this is not. And I'll tell you, you would say, okay, well the heel would be exactly the same then. Well, not exactly, because when you have the 360 Air Max, you have a larger volume to where you can actually compress air. So when you step in your back and you compress down, the air moves to the front, which allows the back to compress more. And when you stride in the front and you push down more, the air moves to the back again. So each side is kind of seesawing with its, trading, like the air is getting pushed down here and it's getting pushed down here, which lets it kind of compress more. Since this is a smaller Air Max unit, it doesn't do that. Like it actually feels exactly the same if you were to grab it and squeeze the Air Max. They both give quite a bit, but this one doesn't. It doesn't squish down as much, and that's why. The forefoot is made out of Phylon. It's a firmer kind of cushioning. But just to give you a look at about the geometry of this Air Max bag. It doesn't have the traditional lug system that 360 Air Max have, but if you see, it does have the same rear. Like this, it has this pronation area, and this 360 Air Max again has that pronation area. Sorry guys, I got a cold, but gonna get these reviews done for you. But I don't like this traction as much as I liked my other Air Max shoe, the one with 360 Air Max, because this is a different kind of rubber. It's a little bit more plasticky rubber instead of like a really grippy, really firm rubber. This is more, again, it's like, alright, just notice the difference in the sound versus, this is quieter. It's a more gummy rubber. And this is more plasticky, so I don't like it as much. Excuse me. But again, the traction is just, it's okay. I have the right shoe, so I can't show you, but this is Nike Plus compatible, and it is listed on some sites as a running shoe. Even though it is a sportswear shoe, it does have running features, of course, as in being it's low cut, has hyperfuse upper. In fact, you can read it right here. Let me see where it says hyperfuse, which is this, which if you're wanting to know, it's this entire panel right here, this panel right here, and this panel right here is where you get your breathability. If you don't know hyperfuse, it's a 3-layer system where you have an outer structural layer, you have an inner structural layer, and then you have wherever the 2 layers don't overlap, you have mesh, And if you see, like, if you have an outer layer and an inner layer and you just overlap them, these little holes where there's not my fingers is where the air would get in. See, like, you have your outer layers, inner layers you can see in the black, and then these little areas right here, this is where your air gets in. And this one, if you can see it, the inner layer begins way up here. So it actually, this entire upper right here is breathable. So that's how Hyperfuse works. It's a very breathable shoe. It's pretty comfortable. I would give it like an 8 or 9 on comfort. It's just that the 360 just blows it out of the water. Weight wise, I don't know. I would guess somewhere around 11 ounces at a size 10. One complaint about the shoe, actually two. The toe is really pointy. Like, the shoe really comes in a little too close at the end. If you look at this one, it's a little bit rounder rather than so pointy, and I just don't like that. It comes too close together. They should have like kind of flattened this down a little bit and then made it wider, because it's a little pointy in the toes. But other than that, its fitting is great. I have the shoes tied to show you something. If you can tell, I have these shoes properly tied. They're not pulled too far apart. In fact, I'm going to just stick my hand in here to demonstrate like a foot being in here. If you can see, like, they're tied tightly. Like, this is not got a whole lot of room to move. It doesn't have a whole lot of room to move around, and which would say that I've tied the shoe tight, which would mean you have a lot of excess lace. But if you look, I have a very tiny bow, and that just tells me that I don't have enough lace. And I have the same complaint with my other Air Max shoe, is it doesn't seem to have enough laces. But again, that's just a little complaint. You have a lot of options as far as how you want to lace this thing. Probably more than you could use with these short laces, but I mean, you could go with a lot of different combos there as far as how you want to lace your shoe up. So again, I guess it's a good feature. This shoe is very reflective. I can't show you. I could point out the things of the shoe that are reflective, and you would just have to see it for yourself. But that's just to help you in low light situations. Like if you were running at night, the headlights would reflect off of this if someone weren't to see you, and they would glow pretty bright. But this section right here is reflective. The swoosh is reflective, and this zigzag pattern right here, that white zigzag pattern, that is reflective. So that's a lot of reflective. In fact, it also carries over to this side. You have a little bit more of this white stripe right here, and again this toe box right here. Both of these little sections on either side of the toe box are reflective. Oh, and the little swoosh right there is reflective. So there's a lot of reflective things going on right there. I guess that would help if you were a night runner, but honestly, I wouldn't pick this shoe to go running in. I would pick this shoe to have a comfortable shoe to wear with jeans that would still look sporty, be really comfortable, really lightweight. Its fit is very good, again, except for this toe. And I do like this. It has a cushioned tongue that does overlap the collar. The other shoe doesn't have that. It has a very thin collar, or not a very thin collar, but a very thin tongue, which I don't like. But again, if you've watched my reviews, you know I'm in love with them. The shoe has an inner sleeve, which is just from like this point on in the shoe, on the inside is all one piece. It's like a sock, which is very comfortable. In fact, I would like to show you that if I could. Let me get the shoe untied. I had the shoe tied simply to show you that the laces were a little bit on the short side. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, I can show you that the shoe has an inner sleeve. You see the white down here? This white in here? That is connected to the tongue. which gives you the inner sleeve. It's kind of hard to see. Just know that it's there. There is an inner sleeve in here. So my overview of it, and this does have another good thing that I would say it beats the other one out on, is the ankle package. This holds your ankle a little bit better than the other one. If I had to give it numbers, cushioning 8, traction 6 maybe. I wouldn't try to play basketball in it or anything. You can, but you would be better off with a basketball shoe. Running, you would still be better off with a traditional running shoe. Fit, you might find the toe area to be a little bit cramped. So again, I say this a lot. Go to your local Foot Locker, your local Foot Action, Finish Line, East Bay, Hibbett's, Sports Connection, whatever, and just try on the shoe before you wear it, because I don't know exactly how you'd feel about this toe, because this toe is a little cramped. The rest of the shoe fits fine. This toe is narrow. That's other than that, the fit's pretty good. The laces are a little small. I don't really know of a statistical number to give that. The laces are a little small. Style, I've never done that stat before, but since this is a sportswear shoe, I would say this thing is a 10. This looks really sharp. Reflective, it's probably one of the most reflective shoes you'll ever have. So if you're really into running at night, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad choice. Durability, I couldn't really tell you yet. Ankle lockdown, again, it's a sportswear shoe. It's like a 6 maybe. It's not that great. So don't try to do anything too crazy in it if you were going to try. I would just say this is a very nice, maybe casual running shoe, or just a casual shoe. I have went running in it, and it wasn't bad at all. It was a pretty good running shoe. But there it is. This is the Air Max Alpha. I couldn't tell you the colorway. I mean, it's black, gray, and white. I don't know if that's the exact. It probably says some weird name like anthracite and coal. But there you go. Trying to show you the traction pattern since I haven't really talked about it. There's nothing really to say about it. It doesn't do much. So here it is if you would like to look at it. Again, this is my review. That's basically all I can say about it. I'm going to get on to my next review. Thanks for watching. Comment, tell me what you think. If I missed out on saying anything about it, please comment, and I will add it probably just in the comments or in the description. But if I missed anything, let me know. But that's my review on the Air Max Alpha. Thank you.